Our consciousness expresses itself in 6 ways, in 6 modes. First is Icha Shakti, that's desire. Many type of desires arise in the mind. When desires are fulfilled, another desires come. So one after another, desires keep coming. And then we get caught up in the whole cycle. And small desires and big desire, doesn't matter. A desire is one of the mode, correct? And then knowledge. You want to know. You get to know about it. You know about this, you know about that, and you read books and you acquire knowledge. The second is knowing. You made a mistake, you came to know about the mistake afterwards. When an action is finished, then the knowledge of the action comes to you. This is the power of knowing, knowledge, Gyan Shakti. Then the third mode is Kriya Shakti, activity. This is part of life. There are activities happening all the time. Some or other activity you keep doing. And every action is part of the Kriya Shakti. And then the fourth is Shanta. Shanta means ability to become still and quiet. Everybody has this ability. We need to simply develop that. And then there is what is called Vimarsha. Vimarsha means understanding. It is not knowledge, but this is judging. Knowledge, you get it, then you judge whether it is right or wrong, good or bad. The judging inside you, analysis and judgment, that is also power. And then the final one is Prakash, means presence, just light. So in Yagyas, all these 6 powers are finding its fulfillment. See, we don't understand what is happening, but the energy is high and then you are high. Correct? It is not something you think and you talk and no, you cannot even express it in words. Can you express? No. You cannot express in words. You cannot. It is beyond your logical understanding. Here sitting, you don't understand what the chanting is going on, and ceremonies are happening. But it has created a wonderful energy. You just feel the energy beyond your thinking. That is called Prakash. Presence. Experiencing the presence. And very little knowledge or very little awareness about this is there in the world. We always say live in the present moment. Present moment is so deep and vast that it invokes the presence there. To experience presence, you have to say the whole world doesn't exist. The world is not real. The world real means hanging on to the past or trying to hold on to the future, design the future. When can you be in the presence totally? When you let go of the other things. What are the things? Icha. Let go of the desire. Desire is not now, it is in the future always. It puts you in the future. But when you know your desire is going to get fulfilled or it is fulfilled, it's done, what comes up is presence, that is bliss. And similarly, all your questions have gone. Vimarsha. The only thing you have to vimarsha is, this whole thing is a dream. It doesn't matter. That discrimination. Only one judgment that can take you to the self. That is, this whole thing is not there. Nothing is there. What the scientists have said today after so many years, the scientists say the world doesn't exist. And my dear, this is what I've been saying for so many times. And your intellect is going, chewing it. Why this? Why that? Why that? Why? You want explanation for everything. The world cannot be captured by your explanation or your little intellect. And your intellect, that little intellect is making you miserable because it turns itself into ego. If that same intellect gets into this mode, it's all nothing. So that vimarsha, either it gets you into that world questioning everything and you become miserable, or you do only one question, that is, what is reality? And that takes you to the silence. Because there is no answer. Who am I? That is also vimarsha. Who am I? Oh, this doesn't exist. Then the whole world is maya, illusion. Everything is changing. Nothing is permanent. Then the presence comes, prakash. And how do you experience the prakash? Is through this knowledge, this understanding, vimarsha. Well, it's not working for me, I'm not that intelligent. Then come and sit in the yajna. So come and sit in the presence of the master, and you're not going to answer your question. What is happening? Without your knowledge, the intellect is shutting itself down and the prakash or the presence is coming up. That is why it said, sankalpa, you take a desire, a wish, and then you leave the wish. You drop it. Say, this is my wish. Okay, I drop the wish. Knowing that it will be taken care. This or something better than that will be done. That is so beautifully structured in this whole thing. Afterwards, say, abhupasparsha means I got in touch with something which is not my nature, which is not very big. It's a small things. Every time you make a sankalpa, then the Pandit say, abhupasparsha. At the end of the sankalpa, it says, oh, I got into small things. Now I am washing my hands off. Every sankalpa you do, drop it and you wash your hands and say, I am free from it. Because you are much bigger than the desires we hold on to. When we are holding on to our desire, we are not in the infinity, we are in the smallness. But it is necessary, so you do it and then you become aware, I am much bigger than this. See, in life, every little thing has a meaning. Even a needle, a safety pin has its value. Right? You have to tie something. A safety pin is necessary. A button in your shirt has a place too. Right? Just imagine someone is riding a motorbike and then all the buttons are gone, the shirt is going on the face, they will get into accident. Little things have a significance. Small things do have significance in life. So, significance of insignificant things is what one should be aware and recognize that. Divine is not sitting somewhere up, it's permeating everything. So recognizing it's all permeating, you honor and then you move on to the Shanta, the serenity, quiet state of the being. Then the presence. So remember six modes of our mind, intellect and ego. The consciousness has these three forms as 6 modes. Desire, power of desire, power to act, power to know, knowledge, and then power to discriminate or judging, discriminating, agreeing, accepting, all that, holding on to accepting, and then prakash, presence. So that is what is created in Shanta, the quietness, serenity, prakash. Very few reach to these last 2 stages. If you are stuck in desire too much, you will be miserable. If you are stuck in too much of knowledge, of you know everything which you need not know at some point of time, then also it can, or if you don't know, you become miserable. Then action. No action or too much action or improper action, all with or others' action can all lead you into misery. These four. Then serenity. If you don't know how to become quiet, you can become miserable. It's a catch-22. If you know how to become quiet, then you can overcome misery. If you don't know how to become quiet, you become even more miserable. And if you don't act when you have to act, you become too quiet, then also you become miserable. Then vimarsha. Vimarsha is there always judging others, judging yourself. And you try to correct yourself, correct others. It's not going to work. If you want to shoot your rocket up, you want to go into space, if you keep filling all your shortcomings, it's like filling the pits. It's never going to end. Got it? It's never going to end if you try to fill your shortcomings or desires. I want this, I do this. No. Why this, why that? No. Isn't it? Then the presence, prakash, doesn't come at all. The logic, the vimash should be used only to see nothing. This is all nothing. Or everything happens by some karma. I don't know what it is. Then what happens immediately? Serenity dawns. You become quiet. And then you get entry, the password into another dimension. And here, direct password, that's what you got 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. All being ecstatic and completely in high energy presence, right? So your very presence should bring smiles in others, and that's what you take from here. What is the takeaway? From yajna you go, you don't have to talk to somebody and convince them anything. Your presence is making others happy.